Hey Magicals, welcome to Monday. So exciting energy this morning. Um, there's a tangible feeling at the moment of the impossible seemingly being possible. It kind of started yesterday morning. I woke up feeling like things that I'd been feeling were a bit overwhelming in the last couple of weeks actually weren't that overwhelming. Like, I've got this. There's that energy of where we place our energy and where we're putting our thoughts and processes into our manifestation. That's what's going to come to fruition. It's this beautiful energy at the moment. Sorry, my hair is doing its own thing. It's this beautiful energy at the moment of creating our own realities. Now, we always do that, but there's kind of like this really strong backing up from the other side. Okay, so I decided I wanted to do a quick energy update because there's a whole lot that's happened that's really, really important for us to know about. And Kelso was like, all up for that, of course. If you guys think I'm loquacious, you must live with that bugger in your head. Let me tell you, it's a lot. Okay, so first of all, what I want to say is Mercury has been an absolute arsehole, and it has been incredibly trying this last Mercury retrograde. And I am probably going to have margaritas next Monday when it goes direct. Okay, it has been a tough, tough Mercury in many, many different ways. We've still got Venus in retrograde as well. Venus goes direct on the 12th of April, so 5 days after Mercury goes direct. What I'm going to say to you quickly with a little bit of the astrology, you know that I'm not an astrologer's ass, but I do kind of keep up to date on the big stuff. But what I do want to say about this at the moment, what we are being called to do here is we are being called to really take this time to view value. Okay. With Venus in retrograde, Venus rules like Taurus. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Venus. Venus is the energy that the Empress in the tarot carries. Pure abundance in every form, right? No having to fight for anything, no having to struggle, everything just flows. However, the Empress sits in her space knowing her worth, knowing how she values things in her space, knowing how she values people, relationships, all of that kind of energy. I'm going to say for the next week or so, take some time to really look at your value systems around yourself, around money, around abundance, around wealth, around all kinds of things, around love, self-care, self-love. Look at your core value systems around this. Venus retrograde is really giving us the opportunity to do that, guys, and we've got until the 12th to do it. Okay. I was really hoping to put out an eclipse reading, guys, but really there was no Wi-Fi. And at that point with the eclipse time, I had no power either. We went out for 28 hours again. So it was a little bit of a mess up, and maybe I just needed to sit through the eclipse on my own without actually extending my energy to the collective. Okay, whatever, everything happens for a reason, and I'm just learning to go with it at this point. But I will be doing an April reading, probably going out tomorrow around what's coming up for the month. Okay. So we'll get an idea of what the energies are. But there's definitely a different energy around at the moment. Now, here's the thing. This is because beloved Neptune, who has been in Pisces for a while, remember, I've spoken to you about Neptune in the past, about being in Pisces. It's that deep diving, dreamy kind of vibe, that illusion. The shadow side becomes illusion, imagination, but fantasy. That kind of energy has been hanging around with Neptune. Now Neptune's gone into Aries, right? So Aries, we're in Aries season at the moment. And Aries, first sign of the zodiac, they give it horns. They literally are the ram, they give it horns, right? So they're up for adventure, they're up for all sorts of things that most of us will sit back and go, what were you thinking? Okay. Aries is a very strong charactered energy. It's determined, it's motivated, and then it takes action. Right. So the reason I'm telling you this is because the energy that I'm talking about, where I'm saying to you, it feels like the impossible is kind of possible, is because Neptune has gone into Aries for the first time since 1861. Guys, we have never experienced Neptune in Aries. Nobody on this planet has ever experienced it. It's a first for us. We've got that. We've just had the eclipse. We've had all the 7 planets aligning and all of that all at the same time. There's been a lot of planetary action pushing us towards not only what is fated and destined for us, but towards our life purpose, towards achieving the dreams that we wanted to achieve. There's no other way to say that. I've said this to you for a long time. We've spoken about this a lot. It really is that energy of us getting serious now about putting ourselves into action now and actually doing what needs to be done. We've come out of the Pisces energy, which is about like dreaming it into space and imagining what you want and fantasizing. But things like everyday stuff, like relationships, jobs, careers, whatever it is that you're wanting to shift in your perspective, now is the time to action it. Okay? I've said to you a million times, guys, when we take one step towards the universe takes 10 steps towards us. It's that simple, but we have to action it. We also, Kelso is reminding us that we do have help and that we do need to actually ask for help when it comes to that point. Okay. He has asked me to pull a card at the end as well again. He seems to be doing this more and more. So he's asked me to pull out of the Ancient Stones Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. This deck is a beautiful, beautiful deck, but more than just being a beautiful deck, it actually is a very grounded energy because of the stones, okay? So this is telling me that he's expecting us to stay grounded and hydrated. There's a lot of energy coming in, guys. Take what's happening with the planets. The Schumann resonance, if you know what that is, it's like the frequencies that are hitting the Earth at the moment, they are through the roof. They are through the roof. Solar flares before. There is a lot of energy hitting us at the moment. And if we're not staying grounded and we're not staying on top of our energy, we're not staying hydrated, we are going to struggle. It's that simple because it's going to feel overwhelming. Okay. Now, Kelso has wanted to speak about a few things around this. This is the energy update that he wants you to know about, right? This is what he wants to talk to you about. This will naturally trigger healings, just as an example, I have done a lot of work around different ancestral vows around poverty, and I've had many lives as devout nuns and Buddhist monks and all sorts of things where I've had vows of chastity, poverty, like you name it, I've done it, right? And I've been evolving, and I can see myself evolving, and I can see my life around me evolving. And then something came up, and I spoke to a friend of mine, and we did like a little bit of a touch base, and a past life came up for me to deal with or to be aware of. Let's put it that way, right? And this was a very key element in that I literally starved to death as a monk in the 1200s and in Italy, and I starved to death because I believe that if I rid myself of everything physical, of everything that I needed, right, I would get God's grace. Seriously not right. I shit you not. I'm not coming back to this planet without lawyers before I start signing soul contracts the next time round. It's just not going to happen. So, long story sideways, the reason I'm telling you this is because I've been looking at this and working on this and seeing how this translates into my life at the moment so that I can rid myself of those programs and, programming and patterns. And she still said to me, it's the first time this has ever showed up in your energy. This is new stuff. It's new information. You've never had this energy in your energy before. So you doing all this healing has unlocked this next level to set yourself free in different ways. Fair play, thanks, off I went, right? Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because I know as a collective, we've all been doing a lot of work in the last couple of months. It's been pushing us to do work. And what I'm going to say to you here is that there will be more. There's always more, guys. Working on ourselves is not a destination. We're not Disneyland. We're a journey. Our soul journey is going to take us through a million different places to go and a million different things to see and more things to learn and more things to lose, more things to gain, right? It's how we're perceiving things at the moment that's going to make a big difference, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. But what Kelso really wants you to understand is that, yes, there will always be more healing coming up. But with this shift in the energy at the moment, because understand that, yes, Neptune is with us in Aries for a good couple of years. Like, I don't want to lie. I don't know what the end game is. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me just check it quickly. But we've got it for a good couple of years, right? When does Neptune I should probably have Googled this beforehand. Leave Aries. Right. So astrology of Neptune and Aries, 2025 to 2039. 2039? That gives us 14 years. Okay. However, as daunting as that sounds, right, this is allowing us the action of a new chapter. I've been speaking to you about this for a while now. This is honestly bringing about a new chapter for us. It's that simple. So how we proceed with stuff now is going to be different how we've done it in the past. We have evolved, which means when we evolve, what used to work doesn't work anymore. It's like trying to run your laptop on Windows 7. Doesn't work anymore, right? It's the same principle. So here's what Kelso says. When the healing comes up, don't overthink anything. Okay, so for example, I went into this whole thing about the monk life that I had, right? And I was like, not a bright move, but we'll go with it. Looked at where it applied in my life, started actioning changes, but also did a cord cutting. I just cut the cords for myself, let go any vows, any promises, contracts, whatever it was. Did that all, let it go, done. Okay, all done. I'm good with that. I'm moving on. Don't overthink things and don't try and redo healing that you've already done. Okay, because that can be a little bit tricky. So Kelso's just saying to us, don't get too hysterical about stuff. Sometimes the easiest, simplest things or explanations or epiphanies are actually what are just needed. All right. Especially when we are at a higher frequency, when we've evolved a lot, we're not going to have to it's not that you're not putting in more effort, but it's about how you approach your healing. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Around this energy now, and this is exactly it, how we approach things is going to be a big deciding factor in how things play out in our space. So what I mean by that is, if we are going to tackle things with misery or, oh, it's obligation, it's responsibility, then that's how it's going to play out. We have a real chance here to bring a lot of joy into our space and a lot of excitement and fun. Aries is exactly that, guys. They are adventurous. They are fun-loving. They are normally courageous and brave. They are all about taking leaps of faith. Okay, what we've become accustomed to doing is removing the joy from things that we feel are we needing to try and fix or that need to be recovered, any kind of energy around that. And Kel's saying, drop that ball. Okay, just because you have to heal doesn't mean that it cannot be an adventure. And that's kind of how we're having to face the next couple of years. When we are facing something and it's like a challenging thing or we don't want to do it, then we need to see it as an adventure. If you're changing your perspective on that kind of energy, it's going to change the game for you because we know that where our intention is where our energy goes. So if we're intending that it's obligation, that's exactly how it's going to feel. If we are intending that's an adventure, then it's exactly how it's going to feel. And it sounds ridiculous to say this, but the more we focus on the hardships and things like that. So it was very trying not having Wi-Fi for 5 days. I'm not going to lie, especially because my business runs on that. But I did what I could. And I found ways to beat the system. I could still do some of my online my online readings and things like that. And I still managed to do what I needed to do. Okay. But I found that time to start checking out my business and where I wanted to do things differently, what I wanted to upgrade, what I wanted to change, what was feeling stagnant. That pause allowed me time to really assess the value of the work that I put out, how I want to be seen, all kinds of energies, right? Which is again playing into Venus retrograde. I'm just saying. And it gave me that time to just do things that I probably wouldn't normally do because there was no Wi-Fi. I would be on the internet doing what I needed to do in different ways, right? It gave me that time to pause. So then I thought, okay, for example, I'm changing up my Reiki sessions, my Reiki classes. I'm just changing them. They need an uplift. Okay, so what I turned it into an adventure. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying that I'm packing putt course and getting in the car and going on a road trip. What I mean is, how do I make this more exciting? How do I take what I have created in terms of my Reiki course and make it more engaging? How do I feel like it's more engaging? That is the kind of energy that we are needing to engage with now. We are needing to activate the adventure factor. It's that simple. Aries is with us in Neptune for a very long time, 14 years. That's not a joke. Okay, so we're going to have to shift our mindset into how we manifest and how we do things in order for us to progress more easily, more smoothly, and with less resistance. That simple. It's genuinely that simple. Okay, so whatever you're having to face, whether it is in your own business, if you're having to make changes in your business or in your home, and like even with me, like I've been going on about doing my home up for ages and I haven't done anything about it. There have been odd things now and then, but last weekend, not this one, now the one before that, I painted the walls in my bedroom that were driving me insane. This because I mean I had half a tin of paint, so I mean it was just about actually doing the painting, so I did it. I'm busy fixing the bathroom window at the moment, like all of these little things, but I'm breaking it into bite-sized chunks so it doesn't feel overwhelming with everything else that I have to do. Okay, but it's manageable amounts that I'm getting sorted out, and I feel better for it. I mean, we all do. When we achieve something that we've set out to do or something that gets completed that's been on our list for a long time, we do feel better about ourselves. It activates our solar plexus. Okay, Aries is all about the solar plexus. It's that doing, willpower, motivation, drive kind of energy. Okay, it's an actioning kind of chakra. So manage how you are facing what lands on your plate. It's very important that you do that because that is going to determine how everything else plays out around you. Okay. I'm going to say that I haven't felt this kind of energy genuinely, and I mean this seriously. Like, you know, I said to you when I did that Mother Mary reading, that channeling, that it it just feels like it's a time of miracles. Like things really are around us that feel miraculous. And I'm hearing that we also need to find the miracles in the everyday stuff. The little things that we take for granted that really do create miracles in our space. We are needing to focus on the everyday miracles in order to activate the big ones. But this is a time, guys. This is a time for us to really try and activate our dreams on a big level. This Neptune and Pisces is really about the start of a brand new chapter for us. Okay. And also just going into Aries energy now, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So we are the first month of the astrological new year. That simple. So it is that talking over. Mercury's out, the eclipses are done. Mercury's coming out now. Not long after that, Venus will be coming out. So we've got a lot of energy freeing up at the moment. Okay, and that's going to be important. It will help move things along. Okay, so please just watch how you are activating things and how you are perceiving things. Okay, so Kelso just wanted to quickly get a card for everybody from this beautiful, beautiful. This deck is really stunning. I'm not gonna lie. Rebecca Campbell's cards are amazing, but for some reason this deck is just like my absolute. Oh, do we need this also? That's too many. Oh gosh. You can't make, I have to give you these cards because you can't actually make this up. But I'm not going to read all of them. But okay, so what did I say to you about? This is an initiation kind of month, not initiation. It's a doing month. It's a going month. It's that kind of energy of going forward. The Guardian Stone, bottom of the deck, what you don't see, the energy you don't see, right? The hidden energy. The Guardian Stone, awakening, progress, and initiation. Okay, that's bottom of the deck. Okay. Then the first card that comes out of this, you can't make this up. You've got to love spirit. Nothing is impossible. Open to the unexpected. You'll find a way. Guys, it's miracle energy. You don't want to believe me? That's fine. But then you're going to miss the school bus. It's that simple. Okay? The holy mountain, soul calling, sacred journey, and pilgrimage. What did I say to you about soul journey? Exactly what I said. Our soul is a journey. You're not a destination, you're not Disneyland, right? This time is really allowing us to fulfill our soul purposes and to become the humans. I spoke to you about that breaking open in one of the readings, one of the energy updates, about the breaking opening and the awakening. Okay? It's that energy. It's that energy. The edge. I've said to you, we've got to do things differently. We can't do them the same way we've always done them. Take a chance, do something different. This isn't Spirit saying, I'm not stuttering. Okay? The final one, creativity. I have been speaking to you about creating our lives, our dreams, following our passions, creative expression, trust your vision. I mean, how gorgeous are these cards? Seriously, they're just absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to say to you, Spirit is not stuttering. They're making this abundantly clear. It is time for the impossible. It's that simple, guys. So I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day. I do want to say that during that reading that I had done for myself, Mother Mary actually came through with gratitude for me holding space for her and has said that there will be many more visits. So we will definitely be doing more channelings with Mother Mary. I'm a little bit nervous for this one because Kalima is around me a lot at the moment. And so I feel this week that we will probably be doing spending some time with Kalima as well. There's stuff that she's wanting to talk to us about, given that we are going through such a transformational space. And that's exactly what Kalima is, the goddess of death, rebirth, of cycles. Okay. I think I'm a little nervous for it. I've worked with her before and she doesn't play, but I'm excited that she has stepped forward. So I will be dealing with that as quickly as I can, and I'll get that out. But tomorrow on the magical guidance, the reading channel, I will be putting out the April reading. Okay, so guys, I hope this helps. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope that you have the most incredible week this week, and just counting sleeps until Mercury goes direct. I'm over it. Sending so much big love as always. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.